Sasha, and this is going to be Sasha's go home video. We're just going to run through all of her commands. I'm going to have her demonstrate them. If she messes up, that's perfectly fine. This video is meant to be utilized when she comes home to continue her training, keeping things positive and setting both you as well as Sasha up for the best success. So I'm going to get her attention. Good girl. Sasha, sit. Good. So you'll notice the hand signal is like this. It's almost as if I'm bringing her nose to the sky. I'm gonna let her finish that treat. Got some new treats in here, keeping things exciting for Sasha. Sasha, come. Sit. Good. Again, just lifting her nose. Sasha, sit. Good. Of course, she could do it without the hand signal, but the hand signal is really great. It gives her two forms of communication. Sit. Good. So the next one would be, I'm going to make sure I have her attention. Oh, she anticipated what I was going to ask her to do, which is perfectly fine. Sit. Down. I'm going to wait it out. So if she's kind of protesting like she is now, I'm going to kind of just redo that hand signal. Good girl. Never going to sit there repeating commands over and over. I want to set her up for the best success. And by sitting there saying it over and over again, I'm actually ruining the command for her because it's almost as if it'll lose meaning. So I want to make sure she takes me serious and we just do some follow through. So I'm going to tell her sit and then I'm going to say down, just like that. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Sasha. Sit, down. I'm going to wait it out. Good girl. I'm gonna back it up with those positive marker words. Yes, good girl, things like that. Sit, good, down. Gonna wait it up. So she's really protesting. Oh, good girl. Another thing you could do is, especially when she first comes home and she has to kind of bond with you and learn that what you're saying is the same thing that I was saying here, you can always take a step back into that lure phase. So if I told her down and she didn't do it, I would take that treat, good girl, I would take that treat and I would use that treat to motivate her into that down position. I'll show you, for example, Sasha, good girl, try to keep in front of the camera, sit. I would take that treat and I would motivate with the treat into the down, good girl. But that's only, of course, if she's really protesting. Drop that treat, good girl, sit. Again, like I'm lifting her nose. Down, referencing to the floor. Good girl. Good. Gonna let her finish that treat. Sets her up for the best success that she's focused on me and not eating. I'm gonna do one more at each. Sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Just like that. So I'm gonna get her to follow me over here, and then we're gonna do her sit stay. Sure, I got something really yummy. Good. Put her into that sit. Stay, flat open hand, like a stop sign. Good. So her body language, signals like she's gonna break. I'm gonna say that or if she actually breaks, saying sit, stay. And then when she does prematurely break, I wanna pick her up and take her right back to that same spot and put her back in the same position. This demonstrates follow through. I want her to understand that she can't move until I give that release word. Gonna make some distractions. So even though she's only laying down but staying in the same spot, I want to put her back in that sit. Sit, stay. And the reason for that is stay. Even though she's staying in the same spot, sit, stay, and down stays are structured commands. Lift her right back up. Stay. I want her to understand that she has to hold that sit position until I say otherwise, which is the release word, because these are just structured commands. Whereas with the place command, which you'll see further along in this video, that so when she does this, you're just gonna wanna keep it very positive and just scoop her up and take her right back. She's had a very long day, so it's kind of a perfect time to show you sit, stay. When she's kind of off and not doing her absolute best, which is fine. This is supposed to be how to keep her on track, keeping things positive and successful. But as I was saying, this is a structured command, whereas you'll see in a few minutes here in this video that the place is not as structured. Good girl. Good girl. Sasha. She's eating some crumbs. Sit. Stay. No treat at the beginning of this. The reason for that is I want her to work for the treat. So by not giving her one in the beginning and having her think, oh, well, I already got something good out of it, instead she realizes she has to do this until I say otherwise, and then she gets the treat. So when she does this, I'm just gonna walk over, scoop her right up. Nice and positive, just taking her right back. Sit, stay. So the reason you will put her back into the sit position and not having her do it on her own is because you have about 10 to 20 seconds of getting them back into that spot in that frame of mind. Otherwise, it's gonna go over her head what you're asking of her. So if I took her back here and I try to get her to sit naturally, she's not gonna know after a long time of sitting there and doing that over and over again exactly what I'm asking of her. Good girl. So it's all about follow through. Good girl. Okay, good. Sasha, sit. Oh, way to go. Good. Down. Good. Stay. Sit, stay, and down, stay are practically identical. The only difference is the actual position she's in. So even if she breaks from this, it's gonna be the same thing. Scoop her up, take her back to the same spot, putting her back in the same position, which would be a down for this. I'm just walking around, creating some distraction. We just got back from a very long field trip, so Sasha is quite tired, and that's why it's a perfect time to do this video, because she's not gonna be doing perfect. And the point of the video is to be able to learn from and know how to work forward when she does mess up, because when she comes home, she's gonna have to realize that you were asking the same thing of her that I was here. Good girl, good. You're gonna write that down. Good girl. Okay, good. Good job. Keeping it fun though. I want to be lightweight with it. I want to use excited tones of voice when she does what she's supposed to. She's going to grab a couple more treats here real quick. And we'll continue. Good girl. Good girl, yes. Give her a little bit of a freebie right there. Sit, down, stay. Good. Just gonna scoop her right up. Take her right back to the same spot, roughly, of course, and put her back in the same position. Stay. You don't want to praise her when she prematurely breaks. Otherwise, you're rewarding the fact that she just kind of broke away. Instead, you want to just pick her up, kick her right back, put her back in the same position, and then start right over with that stay command. Walk up and praise her. Good. Good girl. Okay. Good. Sit. Yes. Down. You wait it up. Good. Stay. Okay. Yes, good girl. Good job. Sit. Good. Down. Wait it up. So she's kind of protesting. Good girl. Stay. The most important thing when working with any dog, especially Sasha, is you just want to stay very patient. If you get frustrated, she'll get frustrated. So just keeping training lightweight, fun, and nice, small, short sessions. See if I can open this door. It's a really big distraction. Stay. Okay. Good girl. And think of that release word as like a command itself. So I'm not gonna sit there saying, okay, 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 okay. If I give her the okay and she doesn't move because she's just comfortable there, walk up and give her the treat, and that's that. Because you just want to make sure that you don't ruin commands for her. Good girl. Sit. Oh, we're kind of right by that puddle, so I'm just going to kind of move her over here. Down. Just protesting. Wait it out. And again, if she really is protesting for quite some time, luring her down to the floor. Good girl. Sasha, come. She's eating some treat crumbs. Good girl. Good job. Sit. Oh, she found another free treat on the floor. I must be dropping those like crazy. Huh. Good girl. So those noises I'm making, those cue in handler focus. Because if you sit there again saying Sasha, 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 you're gonna end up ruining her name for her. So just to keep things lightweight, obnoxious noises, how cue in that handler focus. So if you were doing a recall, which we'll do here in just one moment, if you were doing that, you don't wanna sit there saying the come command over and over, nor do you wanna say her name over and over again. So what you would do if she was over digging in grass or something, is make a noise to get her to look at you. Come! And say that come command in an excited tone of voice. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. So see if she'll be distracted for a moment. Here, I'll cheat a little bit, put a little treat over here as a distraction. Sasha, come. Good girl. So she was distracted. I made a noise to get her to look at me and then gave that come command. If she's not looking at me, it's almost like her ears are off. So again, setting her up for the best success by having that handler focus before I ask her to do anything. Good girl. Good job. So we're gonna do one more stay command. And then this video is gonna transfer over to her doing her place. Sasha, come. Good girl. Sit. Stay. Up. Okay. Good girl. Sit. Down. Good. Stay. Okay. Good girl. Leave that. Good girl. Good girl. So we're ending this session. We're going to end with her strongest command, sit, and lots of praise. And then here in a little bit, we'll end up doing her next few commands for her go home video, but just keeping the sessions quite lightweight and short to keep them successful and positive for her and wanting her to want to learn. So by ending on good notes and being successful, it makes her look forward to the training session next time. So yeah, good job. Good girl. You're such a good girl. So for this part of the go home video, we're gonna do Sasha's kennel and wait. Gonna take a treat, toss it on in there. Oh, I don't know if she saw that. I'm sure I got some yummy. She's all distracted by the other dog in the room. That's fine. Kennel, good girl. Close her on in there. Waiting till her focus is on me and not eating that treat. We have a dog dreaming over there. Tell her wait. Okay. Good girl. Good job. Good. Do that again. Toss the treat in. Tell her kennel. Good girl. Close her on in there. We have another dog in the room too, who's a little jealous. Working with distractions is really great. If she can do this in a distracting environment with other dogs being vocal around her, she'll definitely be able to do it in a less distracting environment. Then wait till her focus is on me. Wait. Okay. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Good. Using those positive marker words to assure her that she's doing a great job. Kennel. Good girl. Good. Wait. Okay. Good. Good job. Lots of praise too. This way she doesn't only work for treats. You want her to work for both praise as well as food rewards. Toss it in. Tell her kennel. Good. Go on in there. It's important to note that we also use the wait command when walking through doorways or across the street. It's a really great command to have for good manners, and it kind of slows her down so she's focused on you and not just running through doorways or barging through doorways. To make sure she's a little bit more patient. So I'm going to tell her wait. If she went to prematurely barge out, I'd say close her back in. And the reason we use that noise is it's a nice sharp noise that cues in that focus and lets her know I don't appreciate that behavior. Wait. Okay. Yes, good girl. Wasn't ready with the treat yet. There we go. Good girl. Good job. Good. Lots of praise. Do it again. Take that treat. Toss it into the back of the kennel. Good girl. So it's important to also mention that when you crate Sasha, you want to make sure that she, one, has something to do and occupy her, as well as something to lay on. So when she comes home, you'll be able to get in her bag and find a soaker pad, which creates a nice barrier between Sasha and the crate tray, and it'll be a good little comfy spot for her to lay on. It gets a good barrier between her as well as the tray. So telling her wait. Okay, good. Good girl. Good job. Wait till she comes all the way out after she's done finishing that treat. You can walk through, you're good. No distractions, which is really great. Take that treat, toss in the back. Down her count. I don't know if she saw where it went. Wait it up or toss another one in. Girl. The reason you want to make sure she has something to do and occupy her is that dogs can't generalize, so they don't know how long it is that they've been in there. When you give them something to focus on, it definitely helps the time pass quicker, and it distracts them so they don't even realize how long they're in there. So a thing that you could do is take a Kong and put some treats in it, or even some kibble, and then just plug in the hole with yogurt, peanut butter, anything like that. And that'll help keep her distracted. It'll be keeping the crate a positive place as well. Telling her wait. Okay. Good girl. Good job. Just praise for that one. Good job. Another thing you can do, especially at nighttime before you put her in the crate and you don't want to give her treats and fill up the tank when you just emptied it, is take a crate safe toy, something she really likes. Toss it in the back of the crate just like you would with a treat. On her kennel, then you would go do what it is you're doing. So her focus is on me. So even with a toy, you want to make sure the focus is on you and not chewing that toy. Wait. Okay. Good girl. Good job. Good. Good girl. We'll do one more. Count. Good. It's important to keep the crate as a positive place. That being said, if you really have to go somewhere and Sasha's protesting, doesn't want to go in the crate, it is okay to pick her up and just put her in there. You'll give her lots of praise, keeping that positive, telling her good girl when she's in there, and again, giving her something to help the time pass a little quicker. An example of a crate safe toy is exactly what I just had there. It's a nice plastic toy, something she can't shred and ingest. An example of a bad or not crate safe toy would be a plush toy, something she could rip open and eat the stuffing and potentially get a blockage or anything that could cause harm like that. So to keep it positive and safe, giving her something that's sturdy or a long-term treat, something that she can't shred up and again cause any harm. Wait. Okay. Good girl. And as always, going to end this little session here with her strongest man. Sit down. Good girl. And lots of praise. Good girl. Good job. For this part of Sasha's golden video, we're going to do her place command. You can do this with any type of dog bed. We just have them use these raised, elevated front of beds, so they're just nice and heavy duty. And again, they're elevated, so she steps up onto it, and it helps teach her that when she steps off, there's a little bit of a difference. When she comes home, you can use this command with any bed or blanket. So make it her attention. She wants to say hi to her kennel staff. Place. Good girl. Using those positive mark words. No treat at the beginning of this. You'll notice quite a similarity between the stays and place. Scoop it right back up, just like I did with those stays. Place. Good. When she settles in using those positive mark words, I don't give it treats at the beginning of this, and I don't give treats throughout it. Instead, I just give that praise. She works for that treat, which is the end goal. Place. Scoop right up. Place. Up. Good. Place is a great command to use if you work from home or you just want her to go be content somewhere. A great thing about the place command is she can do whatever she wants on that bed as long as she doesn't step off. So she could do circles, she can jump up and down, she can do backflips for all I care as long as she doesn't come off the bed premature. And it's a universal release word, which I'll show here in just a moment. Good girl. For the purpose of this video, I just want her focused on the place command itself. That being said, she can have a crate safe toy or long-term treat while holding the place command. When she first comes home, you're going to want to do those beginning steps of getting her on there and just focusing on the command. But once she's settled in and she's doing this command really well for you, you can then introduce the toy and crate safe, or the crate safe toy and long-term treat. So I'm going to walk around, do a little bit of a distraction. See if she'll break. Place. She can get lots of praise while she's on here. You could definitely do that. But again, there's no food reward until the end. Place. So she went looking for me, which is really normal. I'm just going to scoop her up and take her right back to that corner of the bed. Place. Sasha can do really, really well with this because she can hold it for about 20 minutes. But the whole point of this video is not to have her do perfect, but instead to have it where you can see her mess up and know how to positively, correctly correct the behavior or the mess up. She's settled in nicely. You can utilize this command when you're home, if you work from home, if you're cleaning and you want her kind of just content over in a different area. It's a really great command. She's a really good girl. Sitting down, sometimes changing your body language, which would be any type of change. So for me, going from a stand to a sit, that's a change. I also have some toys here. I'm going to throw around and see if she breaks for it. Good girl. Good praise her for that. Please. Good girl. Please. Praise her, tell her good job. Okay, good. And we'll have her do it again once she finishes that treat, waiting until that focus is on me and not eating. Sasha. Place. So if she protests like this when she comes home, taking that treat and just luring her on here. Good girl, wait till she is all the way up there. If you go back to that lure phase, you can give the treat at the beginning of the command. Good girl. Good. Using that whenever her body language seems like she might premature step off, or if she does. Biggest thing to note is when she does break like this, you want to get her right back on there, and no praise. Place, just starting over with that command. If you walked up and pet her when she goes back on there, you're then rewarding that premature breaking away, and we don't want that. We want to set her up for the best success and not confuse her. So instead of picking her up, putting her right back on there as quickly and swiftly as possible, with also keeping it positive, getting her back on there, and then starting over that place command. If she were sitting here continuously breaking over and over again, you would want to put her back on there and continue with that repetition, because that demonstrates follow through. So we want her to understand she has to stay on there until given that release word. So making sure she understands with that. Also want to end on a positive note. So say she was sitting here breaking, and I kept putting her on, and I got her to sit on there for 30 seconds to a minute, and she's really getting to the end of her day or really end of wanting to focus, then you would give the release word and end on that. You don't want it to be that you push too far or too much, otherwise she's not going to enjoy training. Okay. Good girl. Place. Good. I'm going to step out of the room. Place. This is what I mean by follow through and repetition. I'm then going to step over to the door again. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Weights. Good girl. Okay. Good. We're going to end with her strongest commands. Wait till she finishes that treat. Her focus is on eating and not chewing. Sit. Down. Good girl. Good. Sit. Down. And weight it up. Good. And then one more sit. I want her to do an actual sit, not a down to sit. Good girl. Sit. We're going to end with that and lots of praise. So Sasha's doing really great. Again, this video is not to demonstrate her doing everything perfectly, but instead it's supposed to set you up as well as Sasha for the best success on knowing how to work forward from any mess ups and keeping it positive. But yeah, so she's doing really great.